Okay, let's start with this simple diagram. We have the sun here, the earth, and the moon. This is the plane of rotation of the earth around the sun, and this one is the plane of rotation of the moon around the earth. As you see, there is an inclination between these two planes, about 5 degrees, 0.14 difference. They are not on the same plane. And this is one of the main reasons that we have eclipse of the moon and eclipse of the sun, as I explain in next figures. The earth is spinning around this axis, which is not perpendicular to the axis, to the plane of rotation around the sun. This is the plane of rotation around the sun, and this axis is not perpendicular to this plane. There is a difference of 23.44 between these two axes and these two planes. And this is the main reason that we have 4 seasons during the year in each rotation of the earth around the sun, as I explained in next figures. If these two planes of rotation of the moon around the earth and plane of rotation of the earth around the sun were on the same plane, and we didn't have this angle here, we were going to have eclipse of rotation, eclipse of the moon and eclipse of the sun for each rotation of the moon around the earth, because the shadow of if they were on the same plane, the shadow of the earth would be on the moon in this position, and the shadow of the moon, if it was here on the earth in this position. For each rotation of the moon around the earth, we were going to have one eclipse of the moon and one eclipse of the sun. But because of this difference in angles, the moon is sometimes above this shadow or sometimes below this shadow. So we don't have the eclipse. We should do some mathematical calculations to find when are we going to have the eclipse of the sun and when are we going to the eclipse of the moon. Okay, let's go to the next figures. In this figure, you see the rotation of the earth around the sun. Rotation of the earth around the sun. Let's consider this position. Before that, I should explain that the spinning rotation of the earth around this axis is always fixed. Nobody can change it except the God, because of the inertial momentum that the earth has and the kinetic energy that it has. It's spinning around itself. This axis is always in this position, constant and fixed, and nobody can change it. As you see here, always the same direction. So in this position, the upper hemisphere of the Earth is a little bit farther than the lower hemisphere. Here we are going to have winter, and here we are going to have the summer. Okay? It comes to this position, next position. In this position, as you see, the sun is perpendicular to their positions. No difference between this hemisphere, or no difference between this hemisphere. The rays of the sun is perpendicular, and here, since we are coming from the winter, here is going to be spring, and here is going to be autumn. Coming this next position, we are here now is nearer to sun. This one is further to sun from sun. Here we are going to have summer. Here we are going to have winter. And by the same token, here we are going to have autumn, and here we are going to have spring, because it is coming from the cold season, from winter. And this is the reason that we have 4 seasons. Now let's see why we always see only one side of the moon. The moon is a piece of stone like that, not a complete sphere, or not a complete circle like that. It's a piece of stone, irregular shape actually, and the lower side, I mean the side that is facing the earth, is heavier than the upper side, and the center of gravity is somewhere here, not just in the geographical center of the moon, somewhere here. And this is the reason that the earth holds the moon in this position, always hold the moon in this position, and the moon is tightly locked because of the center of gravity. That is why we see always one side of the moon. Of course, since it's a flying object in the space, there is some swings sometimes, slight swings this way or that way. But anyhow, always this side is toward the earth. Now consider these 4 positions, position 1, 2, 3, 4 of the moon around the earth. As you see, since always we see one side of the moon, these are the same side, these are the same side. It seems that the moon is spinning around itself, but not around a fixed axis in the space, but in the mechanism that you see here, in one rotation around the earth. You think that the moon has a spin one time around its axis.